Hi folks, welcome to this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion, Take 5. I'm Michael Spurgeon and thanks for joining us. With me today is Vice Mayor Scott Eudey. Vice Mayor, it's great to see you today.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
I really appreciate you coming on the show today. We're going to visit with the Vice Mayor today about the upcoming public forums that the city is going to have in connection with the 2018 General Obligation Bond Package. However, before we get started, I want to ask Vice Mayor, just tell us a little bit about where your ward is in town and how long you've been in office, and just really anything you want to mention about what's going on around town.
Sure. Well, my ward is special because it includes the Rose District, so that's always something I like to point out. But it actually includes a large swath of the middle of Broken Arrow. It's essentially everything north of 100 and north of 131st, I think, Jasper, and all the way down to south of 61st and east of Elm. So it's a big chunk of the middle of Broken Arrow. Now, as you know, I just have to live in that ward. The whole city gets to vote for each counselor. But I think it's important that the counselors live in a certain area because they understand the needs of that area. So I live in South Broken Arrow, and that has made me attuned to the needs of South Broken Arrow. You know,
I just want to give you a shout out because I think last month when we did the State of the City presentation, your comments about the Rose District and more specifically about the Senior Center were outstanding. And so I just wanted you to take just 10 seconds or 20 seconds or so and just put a shout out for the Senior Center because I know how important that is to you.
Sure. We have an amazing Senior Center. They do amazing work down there, and they give people who are 55 and older the opportunity to have an active life. And it's amazing how full and exciting that facility is, and I'm proud that we have it right here in downtown Broken Arrow.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Okay, I want you to come on today to talk to us about the 2018 General Obligation Bond Package. Last month, the City Council had a retreat on a Saturday where we spent about 5 hours for the first time taking a look at the potential projects for that package. And right now, we're sitting with a package of about $280 to $285 million. And as a part of this public vetting and transparency process, the council decided to hold some public forums to get input from the community. So those have been set. So why don't you talk a little bit about the forums we're going to have, where they're going to be, and when they're going to be, Vice Mayor?
Sure. These forums are very important. We're going to have three, and we're trying to place them around the community. So the first will be on February 22nd at South Broken Arrow Baptist Church. Then there will be one on February 26th at Battle Creek Golf Club, and then one on February 27th at Forest Ridge. So we're trying to be able to allow, no matter where you live, you have an opportunity to come to one of these and participate. And it's very important that you do.
Well, as the Vice Mayor of the governing body and a representative of the governing body, who do you think should be attending the meetings, Vice Mayor?
Well, I think any resident of the city should come because it's an opportunity for us to hear what they think is important and what they believe needs to be dealt with on the bond election. And it also allows us them to participate in the process. And I think if you don't participate in the process, sometimes you don't understand the process and you feel left out. So we want everyone to feel included in this process.
Oh, absolutely. Now let's talk about format, because I think it's important that the community knows what to expect when they come to the meeting. So can you talk a little bit about what the format's going to be for those folks that attend one of the public forums?
Sure. Essentially, we're going to start out with welcoming everybody. I think you're going to say a few words. I'm sure me and my fellow councilors will want to say a few words to welcome everyone there. But then it's going to be an opportunity for the folks that come to visit with the different department heads and different staff so they can learn more about what's on the bond, what's being proposed, and additionally, learn more about how we plan to proceed. So I think that so you'll get to actually go and visit with the director of parks and the director of the streets so that you can understand A, what they are proposing, and two, what's needed. This will also allow you to learn more details about what's on the bond election.
Absolutely. I mean, the council made it very clear last month is that they wanted to make sure that we have multiple stations, that the folks can come and can be very interactive. So I'm glad that you shared that with us. My next question relates to after we have these 3 public meetings, what's the council's goal with the information or feedback we receive from those that attend the public forums?
Well, after the meetings, we essentially had the daunting process of figuring out what makes it into the election, to the bond package, because 280 million plus that's a lot of money. And in order to have a bond election and a bond package that will allow us to keep taxes at the same rate they are now, we need to pare that down.
I'm going to reiterate that again.
Yes, I certainly can. In order for us to have a bond package that keeps taxes where they are now, so no tax increase, in order for us to do that, we have to pare down what's in it. So the feedback we get from the citizens at these forums and any other opportunity they have to contact me or any one of our city councilors, that will allow us to figure out where our most important needs are and to get the number down to where we can prevent taxes from going up and meet the majority of the needs we have.
Well, that was very important to the council to make sure that we keep the millage for the debt service for general obligation bonds basically right where it's at I believe 16.46. You know, what's really great about our community is with the growth and the fact we're having debt roll off is that if we did a 10-year package, we could be looking at anywhere from $203 to $220 million that we actually could issue.
Right.
So obviously we do have a daunting task of trying to reduce $280 million down to $220. That just shows you, though, from my perspective, what's exciting about the growth we have in our community. How important is this bond package from your perspective, Vice Mayor, to the council and to the community?
It's very important, and it's important to the council because we're tasked with helping make decisions that lead the city into the future. I think it's important to the residents and future residents that we get this right, because it allows us to make sure that we can add or widen roads that are important. It allows us to make sure we have the parks and quality of life issues that people find important in a community that they live in. I don't want to overstate it, but I'm not sure I can understate the importance of this bond election and this package, because it pretty much establishes how we grow and how we develop our community for the next decade, most likely.
It's very, very exciting. Well, that's all my questions, Vice Mayor. I think that you've covered everything that I wanted to get out to our citizens. Anything you want to finish up with before we go?
Well, I just want to reiterate the importance of participating in this process. Your council wants to hear from you. We want to know what you view as important to this bond package, and we also want you to participate so you feel like you're involved and you had a say in the future of your city. So please make opportunities to attend these forums and contact your councilors and the city and let us know what's important to you so that we can make sure we're addressing the needs that the citizens feel are important.
Well said, Mayor. I want to thank you for coming on at the show. Vice Mayor Scott Eudey, I appreciate your time. And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion. Once again, the public forums are going to be later this month. You can find information on our website about those public forums. Don't hesitate to reach out and call us or contact us by way of email if you have any questions about the public forums. And until next time, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you around town.